Well, I've seen it. I heard about it. Wasn't really sure it existed, but it's real. I've seen it for myself. What is it? TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. Hi, Alex McFarland here. Look, I love the Lord. My home is in heaven. My trust is in Christ. But regarding the election, look, Trump versus Harris, it's not a hard decision for me to make. My wife and I were out taking a walk a week ago today, and we were talking to a gentleman who was out. And I'm going to say this guy was in his mid to late 60s, obviously very professional guy, very, very well spoken. And we were talking about the price of groceries. Just my wife and I met a guy out taking a walk. And he remarked, he said, "I'm very concerned about this country." And I said, "Yeah, me too." And I thought, I'm going to go for it. Let's just, this guy seems great, you know. So I said, yes, I'm concerned about this country. And that's why I'm really hoping Donald Trump wins this next election. That's where things begin to go sideways. And the guy just began to tremble. He began to shake. And he began to curse. And he said that he hoped Donald Trump would lose. Well, I had just seen for the second time Dinesh D'Souza's movie, Vindicating Trump. By the way, Dinesh is a longtime friend of like nearly 18 years, brilliant Ivy League scholar, worked in the Reagan White House. Dinesh D'Souza is a brilliant journalist, and he's got a brand new movie out that has film footage. Please, I beg of you, not whatever political side you're on, you need to see Dinesh's movie. Maybe you say, oh, I don't agree, but at least go see it. So I said to the man, have you ever heard of the movie by Dinesh D'Souza, Vindicating Trump? And he said, I wouldn't go see that. And I said, well, look, Dinesh, the journalist, documentary filmmaker, happens to be a friend of mine. I said, sir, look, I'll give you a $100 bill if you and I can go together, sit through a 1-hour movie, make $100. He said, no. And I said, well, look, do you realize what Trump, his policies, forget if you would, if you don't like the person, that's one thing, but what about securing the border? What about the fact, listen, folks, there are more than 600,000 of the 20 million illegals that have come in under Kamala Harris, equal to the population of Boston, are the number of illegals that are known felons and terrorists. What about the instability in the Middle East? What about the fact that your grocery dollar is 30 to 70% weaker than it was 3.5 years ago? And I was talking to the man who was yelling at me and screaming at me and cursing at me. I said, you know, did $1.79 gas not agree with you as we're now paying $4.09 for gas? Anyway, he said to me, he said, I would not see Dinesh's movie for $1 million. I said, really? There's a lot I would do for $1 million. You wouldn't sit? He said, no. And people were walking by nervously. The guy was out of his head screaming, Donald Trump is this, that, and the other. I said, what do you like about Kamala Harris? He said, she's not Trump. I said, you're going to vote for somebody merely because it's not Donald Trump? Folks, I'm going to say this. Pray for America. Please vote. Our nation hangs in the balance. Your free speech, our liberties, our Constitution, world stability, honestly, hangs in the balance. This is Alex McFarland, you know, in my book, The Assault on America. #1 in 3 categories on Amazon. Check it out, The Assault on America, How to Defend Our Nation Before It's Too Late. I beg of you, please pray for our nation, vote godly, and may the Lord keep us a free, safe, constitutional republic. I forgot the best part. What? I asked him, I said, what do you do? He said, I work for Starbucks.